Find out about your enthusiasm for the upcoming season and how much that enthusiasm or excitement is curbed because you don't know the status of Kawhi.
I'm very excited just to have a chance to coach these guys again. Some of the new additions that we have with like Bledsoe and Justice Winslow, I'm just excited to get back to it. And I thought last year we did some things, we achieved some things we wanted to achieve, but you know, our common goal is to win a championship here, but our guys really did a great job last year of just building, you know, each month, each game, and getting better and better. You know, with the status of Kawhi, we don't know. We'll let him take his time and continue to do his rehab. And when he's ready to come back, he'll come back. But we got to approach the season like we don't have him, and we just got to continue to keep building from there.
Will this cause you to make massive changes or philosophy and changes from an offensive standpoint?
We got to do some things different, but I don't think massive changes. You know, we still can do some things we did last year, but also incorporate some new things, you know, for our new players and some different things because a lot of our offensive stuff was based around Kawhi and PG. So now, you know, having, you know, Kawhi out, you know, we don't know how long, but having him out, now we got to do some things differently. You know, run some more stuff through Reggie, run some stuff, more stuff through Marcus, you know, also in PG. So we're going to do a lot of the same stuff, but we're going to add some stuff as well.
Hi, Mark Medina, USA Today. Good to see you. From what you saw with Paul last year, his overall season, and the way he played without Kawhi, what sort of things do you see him carrying over in the long term this season?
Just being one of the top players in the league. I think you see that in the playoffs last year, you know, when Kawhi went down, who PG was having a great playoffs anyway, but just, you know, when Kawhi went down, to step up and, you know, beat the #1 seed in Utah, you know, the last two games, you know, games 5 and 6, and then to play the way he did throughout the playoffs. And he's carried teams before. He's been a great player. He's been a top player in this league. So this year we need more from him, more leadership, and I'll continue to play the way he played last season.
Hey, Ty, the way you guys played small last year when you didn't have Serge, and it obviously worked so well in the postseason, starting off without him available to get on the court, does that make it easier knowing you've had that? A lot of the guys who come back from that roster have that experience of playing small and what you can do while you wait for Serge to get full health?
Well, I think Serge's going to have a great season, you know, once he gets healthy. And he was big for us last year, you know. So the same thing with Kawhi. We want him to, you know, rehab, make sure he comes back 100%. But playing small last year, we did get some experience, and guys kind of know how to play that way and that style of basketball. But it's not something we want to do all the time. Like, we like having Zoo and Serge out there and being able to go small when we need to. You know, I think the guys understand how we want to play small, but we got to do it a little bit better with Kawhi being out because now guys have to step up and do different things.
With regard to the season, the structure last year, it was so structured with the protocols and the daily testing. How is it different this year? I know you just started, but like, how do you expect it to be different in terms of the daily obligations you have? And then do you anticipate this team being fully vaccinated by the opener?
I'm not sure how it's going to be different. You know, like whatever, you know, the NBA comes up with, that's what we're going to do. And we have to be able to adapt at all times. You know, we talked about that last season, and our guys did a great job with that. So whatever the, you know, the rules are, we're going to follow those rules. And that's what we're going to do.
Uh-oh.
Brad Turner from the LA Times. You and your coaching staff took this team as far as they've ever been in franchise history. So what are you going to do for an encore? No. No. Actually, how do the expectations change now because you guys had so much success? And how does that change even though you won't have Kawhi for part of the season?
Expectation doesn't change for us. You know, we understand that we got to continue to keep building, continue to keep getting better. We understand that. But our expectations don't change. You know, you still come out, you try to compete to win a championship. You know, and losing a guy like Kawhi, I know things seem like it's not possible, but anything's possible. And our guys have shown that last year. Like I say, he went down. We won games 5 and 6 against Utah. You know, the best team in the NBA at that point in time. And so, you know, we just got to keep competing, you know, keep preparing, and every day get better and better. And then we'll live with the results at the end.
Hey, Coach Lou, I'm Melissa Rowland from Fox Sports. As a follow to BT's question, obviously there were so many highs and lows in the playoffs last season. What would you say is the biggest thing that you learned about your team? A
very resilient team. No matter the obstacle, guys are able to get over top of it. And, you know, we played all season with guys in and out of the lineup. Kawhi and PG were hurt. Marcus was hurt. And our young guys and different guys stepped up, you know, every night. And so We understand that. So that's one of our biggest things. Like, we're not going to complain. We're going to have a next man up mentality. I know it's cliche, but that really is our mentality. And that's what we live by. That's been our motto the last year. And we're going to continue to keep doing that.
Tomer Azarli from Clutch Points. Ty, good to see you.
Who you with?
Clutch Points.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
With the compact schedule that you guys have this year, not having Kawhi, just how do you manage, guys like PG and Reggie who played heavy minutes, were successful, but how do you carry that over the course of an 82 game season?
We have to be smart about it, for sure. And, that's why I think we got the best sports science team in the league. And they're going to let us know when guys are, in that red zone, or guys need some, a day or two off. And we got to be smart about it. Reggie, Nico, Marcus, PG, they all played a lot of minutes last year. And so we got to be smart about it, but we want to win games, in the course of doing that, but we got to be smart about their health as well.
Hey, Ty, Young, ESPN. I know you said you don't know when Kawhi's coming back, but do you allow yourself to kind of think like, hey, we hope we have him back for the playoffs or maybe the end of the season? Or do you operate like we just got to play without him and we can't expect him to come back?
I hope he comes back October 21st, but the reality is, he's not going to be ready then. So we don't want to, force him and put any pressure on him. We want him to make sure he's rehabbing, doing everything he can to get back as soon as possible. And if that's next season, it's next season. But we don't want to force him to come back too early. We want to make sure he's 100% when he does come back.
Are you going to have him with the team even on the road?
We're not sure how the rehab is going to go. I think it's better to rehab when you're back at home because everything's right there. You don't have to try to adjust things and try to make up certain things on the road. So I think for the first half of it, the first part of it, he'll probably be back at home rehabbing because it's a lot easier.
Last one. Take us home.
So Ty,
What's
Long
up?
Murray, the Athletic. You at the end of Game 6 against the Suns, you really thank your coaching staff effusively for supporting you throughout last season. That coach staff is a little bit different now. What went into bringing the new guys in, and how do you kind of see things going as far as delegating tasks?
The guys we've got this year, I think, but Brian Shaw, someone I played with the Lakers, and he taught me the ropes. And when I first got to the NBA, he kind of taught me that, the do's and don'ts of the NBA. And I've always leaned on him ever since that. We've always been, good friends. He's been like a mentor to me. And also he's had a relationship with PG, in Indiana. They had a, good bond together, and they still go fishing, ever since the Indiana days, 2 or 3 times a year, which I would not get involved with that. But he has a great relationship with PG. So losing Chauncey this year, and bringing in B. Shaw, I think would be good for us. Jay Larinaga, I had a chance to work with in Boston, when I was there in the dock in Boston. And Jay is a guy who thinks outside the box, a really good communicator, a hard worker. And he's done a really good job of, being on the dock first, but then also learning from Brad Stevens, who I really respected as a coach. And we've been talking about a lot of things Brad did to try to implement here, because I do respect Brad as a coach. And like me as a coach, I want to just keep learning, from different coaches, different styles of play. This summer, I watched a lot of overseas basketball and a lot of clips and different stuff because they do a lot of things differently. So I just want to continue to keep learning and keep growing. And so Jay and B. Shaw is 2 great additions for us. All right, thank you. Yep.